everybody, Lord Maim here with part 7 of the Mass Effect 3 Insanity walkthrough, N7 Cerberus Attack. This is the second of the N7 missions, and again based on a multiplayer level. They are a bit chaotic, and enemies will come at you from every side, so in that spirit, I'm going to attempt to do this entire commentary in one take and get it over with. Right at the start, there will be a reasonably substantial wave. I would suggest that you simply stand back and wait for everything to come to you and just kill it one thing at a time. And your starting position is pretty much perfect for this. You have a lot of cover. The only way the enemy can approach you is from straight ahead on this side or the other side of this wall to the left. Either way, it's just a quick hop back and forth. As long as you keep looking at your radar, you can make sure nothing's going to sneak up on you, like right there. I haven't mentioned it before, but it's worth noting that Liara does not have to have line of sight on the enemy in order to be able to activate her biotic abilities. As long as you have line of sight, you can activate her power on an enemy. Conversely though, if you're targeting something and an object gets in the way, like a person or a piece of cover or a chest-high wall, the power will usually hit the object instead of your intended target. So it's a little bit difficult while you're in cover. If you're trying to hit something specific, you may end up catching the wall. You'll see a little bit later when I'm trying to kill this last Centurion what I'm talking about. See right there, Liara wouldn't be able to see that Centurion because she's on the other side of that wall. However, since I was able to, she can still target it. These guys throw so many grenades, you'd think they were leftovers from World at War. Alright, right here you can see that there's a Centurion just behind this wall. You'll be able to see a part of him and be able to target him. However, because of the angle, Garrus will actually end up hitting the wall instead. Okay, I jumped the gun a little bit there. There's still a couple of guys left, like this flailing combat engineer. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of fell down and went silly. Must have been drinking over there waiting for shit to happen. Okay, here we are. This is the last Centurion. Right there, the overload actually hit the wall instead of the Centurion. So it's literally a straight line, which is kind of strange considering you can target someone that they can't even see, but it's kind of the trade-off, I suppose. And right here we'll see some other targeting weirdness. I'm behind this wall, I'm cheating the corner. However, when I go to target the enemy, when he goes behind cover, the effect hits the wall instead of the enemy. So it is definitely a trade-off. Either you can target things that the squad can't see, or when the squad's targeting something, if you can't see them, they hit the cover that you're targeting instead. Once the wave is entirely finished, move up to the control room. Of course, refilling your ammo from the convenient drops all along the way. There's also some salvage here that you can pick up. Also here at the console is a
not the kind of Krogan relic I expected to find.
Is a relic that you need to fulfill one of the hub missions that you get from just ambient dialogue in the Citadel. Activate the controls and you'll end up having your power disabled. And, of course, it will also trigger another wave. This one's not as big, but it does introduce a new enemy, the Cerberus Nemesis. Very bad in large groups. It's a sniper, and very easy to spot because when you're being targeted by the sniper rifle, you will see the laser on you. You hear kind of the capacitor charging sound. I still kind of get twitches after playing Payday from hearing that noise, but you know right away that when you're being targeted, get behind cover, get behind a wall, something, because you're about to have your head blown off, and not in a good way. Notice that I'm always making a point to go around cover to the right of it. That pile of boxes, I could have gone either way. If I go around to the right, I can cheat the corner if necessary. Moving across doorways, I dive and roll, minimize the amount of time I spend out of cover. See right there, I didn't even give the Nemesis a chance to line up on me, just kept hitting it in the face till it died. But believe me, when you have 4 or 5 of them shooting at you at a time, you'll know it. That small wave done, move up to the power module and shoot off the locks in order to gain access to the controls inside. Reactivate each one in sequence. Be prepared though, when you activate the second one there'll be another large wave, so be sure to stock up on ammo before continuing. And you'll hit another checkpoint and trigger a number of enemies. You can fight these enemies from essentially the same position. Again, being aware to watch for anything that happens to sneak up either behind or beside you. It's always fun trying to go for the mail slot trophy if you've got people peppering them with fire at the same time. I mean, my aim's crap enough as it is without your squad trying to make it challenging for you. Seriously, the VC can learn a thing or two from these guys. So many grenades. And by the way, if you're done getting the mail slot trophy, just don't even bother anymore. Sure, it looks cool, but it's more trouble than it's worth. Just throw down the singularity and be done with it. Makes your life much easier. Particularly when you could have a Cerberus mobile like that. This is an exceedingly large encounter. It's no clear definition, though, if there are multiple waves when they occur, so I've just grouped it all together as one. It still seems to be a clearly defined grouping. Luckily, though, unlike the multiplayer, you won't have to face an Atlas at the end of this one. Incidentally, if your squad mates are getting in your way, obviously you'll want to order them to move to a different area. You'll see a couple of times I have to reposition each one so that I have a clear shot, because they're all jockeying for the same shot that I am. Like Liara and her blue head there. The elusive man obviously buys grenades at Price Club.
Right away. Affirmative. I'm on it. Understood. I'm on it.
And of course, as long as you're keeping this room clear of enemies coming up the ladder, you can always roll back into it if you need a couple of seconds to recharge your shields and just take a breather. So the option is always there. And once this initial grouping of enemies is completed, feel free to push ahead to the control room. They really won't come out to get you. You do have to move up to engage them. See, that last wave kind of made me paranoid. I keep checking my radar, making sure there's nothing still lurking out there. Just the enemies inside the control room. Which, of course, I'll lead off with a grenade just to shake them up a little bit. Yeah, see how you like it, you cyborg sons of bitches! Pretty much here, all that's left to do is to cheat the corner and roll back into cover where necessary to avoid getting detonated. In these N7 missions, they're so circuitous and straightforward. Honestly, the commentary is pretty much unnecessary. It's just a big horde match, essentially. But stay behind cover. There will be a turret set up at the back of the room thanks to the combat engineer there. Luckily, the screen directly in front of you protects you from most of the fire straight through that door. As long as you're careful how you approach it, come around the edge of that console there, you should be fine. So many grenades. I guess they didn't like it. Yeah, you see there occasionally one or two shots happen to hit the crack between the screen and the console, but for the most part you're essentially safe. And from this position, the turret can't shoot over the console in any case, so just come around this tall piece of cover, edge out a little bit, and just hit the top of the ammo box there. Couldn't hurt to have Garrus hit overload and Liara warp just to soften the thing up a little bit, and just keep wailing on it till it dies. And that'll be that. If you haven't already done so, scour the area for pickups and medikits. Then hit the console again to activate the guns and shoot down the Cerberus cruiser. And that marks the end of Part 7 of the Mass Effect 3 Insanity walkthrough, N7 Cerberus Attack. Join me next time for Part 8, Attic and Traverse Krogan Team. Till then, I'm Lord Maim. Thanks for watching.